Okay, so yeah, secondary research is research other people have done that you can like use as examples to kind of like back up what you found out in the first place. Um, so customers, what do they want, or the people who are kind of behind the scenes of programming base, what do they want to see? Obviously, they want to see base flourishing, so they want to see once you've marketed them and stuff, they want to see people actually attend on the first session. They want to see obviously growing because we have I think it's a 2-week deadline or something like that. So the first 2 weeks people can still join, or 3 weeks, and then after that no one can join. So obviously they want to see people coming attending, and then obviously the development of the young people. So for example, there was a young person, not too confident and that kind of stuff, didn't really want to get in games and involved in the games and stuff, and then I think it was like about 2 or 3 seasons of base, where they started to actually perform at the end of the 10 weeks and stuff, which is obviously the growth and development, and seeing that base actually has an impact on the young people's lives. Also, as we were marketing and stuff in terms of like the social media side of things, we did do like a campaign plan. So we had like the dates of the weeks in that specific month, and then we had like website, blog, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, blah 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 blah. And in that week, when we were going to post, what we were going to put out, what was it going to be. This one was going to be a little bit more promotional. This one was going to be talking more about the dance side, and that kind of thing. And then that went right up until, even after base had started, right up until the showcase, because obviously you want to celebrate about that too. And because base is quite an ongoing thing, because the template's there, you kind of just change the dates around and then move the information around, but it's kind of the same information, if that makes sense, because we realised that obviously the plan that we kind of had was working and was engaging people. And for this next base, we have a lot of new people that have started, and yeah, just have a load of new people and old people, which is cool. So yeah.
So I think like the next part is, so you see you've done a plan already, a strategy.
Yeah.
Is base ongoing now? Has it started?
Yeah, base season 6 has started. It started 2 weeks ago.
Right. Okay. So you're continuing on that plan then.
Yeah.
And did you use kind of the research and the talking back? What was the most... When doing the content, do you aim it more at the kids or do you aim it at the parents?
I think it's aimed more at the kids, but elements of it can be aimed at the parents. For example, we'll put out other stuff like what's it going to entail. So yeah, you can have fun, you can do it with your friends, and music and whatever you kind of want to do. But then, which will kind of maybe be more the Twitter side and sometimes Facebook. Then on Facebook, it has a little bit more of the details. So, because you don't want to overload Facebook, I post on Facebook about things twice a week max, most of the time. And so if we're going to post on there, we're going to make sure that the time's in there. We're going to make sure the date's in there. We're going to make sure the location's in there. We're going to make sure that them little details that parents would probably want to know are in there, so that if they see it, it's like, okay, cool. We actually know what's happening, rather than being like, I have to email, so I'll check this out, but we don't really know what's happening. So yeah.
Do you have an increase of numbers trying to get in? How many people can attend one workshop?
Well, it all depends on how many facilitators we have available, if that makes sense. So, for example, in Handsworth, we'd say about one facilitator to around 4 or 5 young people in music, because of the nature of the young people. So at the moment, there's about 11 or 12, and there's 2 facilitators. So there's me and there's Joe, which is cool. And then there's about 5 for dance, or 6, and there's 1 facilitator, and there's 3 for poetry, and there's 1 facilitator.
It's just 4 facilitators.
Yeah. Now in Longbridge, there's a lot of people doing dance, maybe around 15 to 20, but there's 1 dance facilitator. And then for music, there's about 10 to 15 maybe, and there's 2 music facilitators, or 3 actually. Yeah, there's 3. And then for poetry, there's 1 poet at the moment, and there's 1 facilitator. So yeah.
Okay. But have you seen an increase of numbers through the season? So you're on season 6, did you say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there would have been, I guess there would have been more of the increase at Handsworth, but because we changed, like, just, and season 5, obviously it's a new crowd now, because from season 1 to season 4, we were at Aston, we saw it growing, you know, more young people and stuff,
Oh, so
and then
it's
we
a totally
decided,
new
we decided to move location, so we almost had to start again from scratch
Okay.
in terms of the people that we were getting. But even in terms of that, going into season 6, which is the second one in Handsworth, we have seen growth and we have seen new people. In terms of Longbridge, definitely, we probably started off with not that many dancers, but they were all enthusiastic, probably about like 6 or so. And obviously now we're here at the end and there's like 20, more than 20 odd dancers like dancing, new people, old people. So yeah.
What do you think should be improved in the marketing side of things? What do you think should get better?
I think in terms of marketing, what could be improved is probably we putting out more real, like, live content, if that makes sense. So I've been trying to kind of, when I do go down to base, when they are practicing for the showcase and stuff, trying to put it out on social media so people can actually see what they're doing and see what's happening. And then also, obviously, when I'm marketing to say, I don't know, come to the showcase, put out clips from old showcases or put out little pieces, which makes it more interesting and live rather than it just being like, yeah, come.
So video content, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.